look at this Tom and Jerry scene I just created. It's over 40 seconds long, and in every scene, the character looks right. It matches the previous scene of the clip perfectly, and even at the 40-second mark, you can see the face and details look the same. This video is long, but the face consistency is correct. Everything looks like a single continuous movie. I generated this video in just one click, and you can see how good the result is. So moving on, without wasting any time, I'll talk about the files you need to run this workflow. I'm using Smooth Mix Wan 2.2, and it's a fine-tuned model of Wan 2.2. Instead of using the standard Wan 2.2 model, you should download this one. You have to download two specific models here. First one is I2V high noise, and second one is I2V low noise. These models are much better for motion, and without any LoRa, you can generate the result in just 4 to 8 steps. So there's a new update regarding the LiteX LoRa, and for my workflow in this video, I am not using any LoRa. But if you want to use one, you can download the Rank 64 Lite X2V LoRa. This is the latest version from December 17th, and let me tell you one thing, Rank 64 is the best one compared to Rank 128 or 256. So you need both the high noise and low noise versions for that. And you also need to download the SVI V2 Pro I2V LoRa. And if I talk about text encoder and VAE, use the same files we used in our previous Wan 2.2 workflow. We do not need to change anything there. So this workflow is quite simple. You do not need to change much, but I have the most important tip for you. If you use an older SVI Pro workflow, you will see a node called Free Long Inspector Blend. I see many people in the community use this node. They think it helps with consistency in long videos, but actually it causes a problem. The problem is it restricts the natural motion. It makes the video look stiff and static. It fights against the smooth mix model. So there is also the free long enforcer node. I tested both of them, and for me, they just kill the movement and add no value. I get a much cleaner, smoother result without them. So I would recommend delete these nodes immediately. Now let's generate a scene. Here I uploaded an image of a woman sitting on a bed relaxing. And for this test, I am using a resolution of 720 by 1280. And right now, I am using a 5090 GPU with 32 GB of VRAM. It takes around 1 to 2 minutes to generate this. And if you have low VRAM, you can use 480 by 832. You can also reverse these values for landscape video. There is also a GGUF version of Smooth Mix available. If you have low VRAM, you just download and use that GGUF version instead. Now, look at the model sampling settings. There is a setting called Shift. The default value is 5, and if you generate a long video and see color drift after 20 seconds, you must change this. Increase the shift value from 5 to 12, and this fixes the motion and keeps the colors correct. Now I'll tell you how I achieved this perfect motion. In the subgraph settings, there is a setting called motion latent count. You have to understand when to use 1 and when to use 2. So this is the logic. In my video, the camera angle changes many times. First, she is on the bed. Then she goes to the wardrobe. Then to the door. Because the scene changes a lot, I set the value to 1. When you set it to 1, it tells the model to start a fresh motion. It's perfect for camera cuts or when the character starts a new action. But if you have a simple scene, for example, if the woman just keeps walking in the same direction and the camera does not change, then you can set it to 2. Setting it to 2 tells the model to keep the previous motion flow smooth. But for my complex scene with many cuts, 1 gives the best result. So I hope you understood this logic. Moving on, in the next group, I change the seed. This is the most important part. Don't make every group use the same seed. Use a different seed for every group. So here I change the prompt. Woman gets out of the bed, walks to the wardrobe and pulls open the cabinet. Now the woman is out of the bed and walks to the wardrobe. You can see the details here. When the woman opens the wardrobe, the motion is correct and natural. She changes her finger position when she opens it. This makes the motion look real, not the fake one. Next, I have to change the scene again. Here, I want her to pick up a bag. So, I use the prompt, pick up the bag from the wardrobe and close it. And as a result, she picks up the bag and closes the wardrobe. Right now, we are at 233 frames. So, there is no distortion. It does not look like we cut the scene. The room stays the same, looks like one continuous camera shot. Now I want her to open the white door. So first, change the camera prompt. And the prompt is, woman turns her body away from the brown wooden cabinet, walks toward the white main door, reaches her hand out. So here is a problem I faced. When I first generated this, she tried to open the brown wardrobe again. She thought that was the door. So I wrote brown cabinet in the negative prompt. The model ignored the cabinet and followed my positive prompt. So this is an important tip. If you don't get a good result, instead of changing the prompt, just use the negative prompt. Now you can see she moves toward the white door and opens it. As you can see, the camera follows her from behind and I use the prompt. The woman in a blue stained dress walks fully into the cozy living room, warm light, table lamp and cushions. She walks slowly past the door frame. Everything looks smooth. Now I want her to go outside the house. So the prompt which I have used is, turn 45 degrees to the right toward the large white main door. Grab the handle and pull the door. You can see as a result, she moves to her right and opens the door. I add the prompt, bright natural light floods in from outside. So when she opens the door, you can see the light there. Right now, our video is at 461 frames long. That is 26 seconds. There is no color distortion. There is no change in the scene style. Now I want to go further. I use a wide angle cinematic prompt. The woman walks away from the camera into the lush garden, holding her bag. She just keeps walking. In the result, now the video is around 34 seconds. I want to show you that the face is still correct. So here I stop the camera movement and I use the prompt camera stop. The woman slowly turns her head 180 degrees to face the camera. So when she turns, you can see the face is still the same as a reference image. It matches perfectly. So if you want to extend the video more, it's easy. Just copy all the groups, paste them at the end. Connect the extended image node to the created group's extended image input. Connect the preview sampling to the preview sampling. You just have to do that and you can keep extending it to the unlimited time. So that's all for today's video. If you like this one, please subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Thank you. Bye bye.